is also so split away from his team, you're going to have potentially DGR pushing his way forward, which I believe, like, he's normally the coach of the team, so I guess he's subbing in for today. But Black-White is going to be in a very precarious situation, where he's going to have to take this one solo versus Bigatron. That looks like it. Oh my god, that grenade onto Zuxi was clean! A good old balcony grenade, but now Black-White is going to try and use that to move away, but actually drops down, unfortunately. I don't think that was intended. But Gonzo is going to be with him, so Black-White, Gonzo going for a two-man push. During that time, DGR is going to go for the res onto Acer. What I would say, Kanina Power, just buy some time. Wait for the res and wait for your team to come back. But here, Bigatron, that was a nice push. I said it, they had to try and regroup if they wanted to take this fight versus Kanina Power, so I think that here's definitely a good idea. I think that what Bigatron is doing is clean. Don't have too much of an issue with that one. Going to look at the minimap, see if some stuff is happening. We've got a fight happening over here. Or Champan there right after. As Raiden finds himself Gonzo. Black-White should be able to go for the res. They do trade a kill, knockdown onto Ryzen, actually. I think that's definitely going to be the intention. Nova took the position of Acer that he had early on this position. So I think that Bigatron might be expecting this position to be open. Same for Kanina Power. But actually, they're going for the push a little bit. They actually were able to get some meds over. I believe it was Luxy. They was able to heal up in really good fashion. And now they're going to go for the push onto Kanina Power. Gonzo's going to be on the first line of defense. Find himself the initial knockdown onto Microboy of Bigatron. The nade might be there to just make sure that the res does not come through just yet. Oh, he does get spotted away, though, and finds no really reliable damage from that grenade. Black-White is going to be the second line of defense. Could easily go for the res while they're going for the res onto Microboy. Seemed like Zuxi not want to allow this to happen. Oh my god, okay, Abrupt Slayer is actually going to be joining the party. You okay, Heaven? Okay, he's not okay. He is not okay. Heaven X is going to just, like, get the hell away from this fight. But you can see, like, look at them. They're just surrounding the entire fight. And they want the third-party disengagement, which I think is definitely a good idea. Kanina Power, they're going to be looking for Ryzen. Ryzen getting confirmed away by Leon of Abrupt Slayers, actually. So that's going to be a kill denied away from UMP. Waiting while Microboy is going to slowly try and go for his first aid kit. GR ready to knock onto the door. They know exactly where he is. They're just waiting. Microboy to get healed up. Okay, Zux is going to go down. Going to get instantly flushed away. Now Kanina Power down to 2v4 currently versus Bigatron. Zuxi's going to be in the corner. They did not see it. He finds the knockdown, closes the door, and he breaks it open. And Bigatron will go down to Kanina Power, the CIS opposition. Godsent, they're going to go, ooh, this is not a usual drop for Godsent. Godsent usually drop in Camp Alpha. So Godsent seem like they're trying to switch things up a little bit. Try and go for a different drop location. But so many teams are going up north from this position. As I'm seeing, you know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the compound. They will know, wait, Zuxi? Oh, okay, Zuxi moved. I was like, wait, he's not moving. Bootcamp, ladies and gentlemen, is now going to be on the menu as Bigatron take himself a big fight versus Loops. Oh my god, but Zuxi able to find it right there. Well executed with Thompson. Thompson now an absolutely broken weapon. But there's also Archer Gaming around the corner in this fight, so they could go for sneaky third party if they really want to. But 3 teams in Bootcamp, this doesn't happen very often. Bad in for himself as one player. That's going to be Luxy out of commission. Ryzen did also get taken out. And Bigatron Microboy also got taken away. So Zuxi down as a one-man team. And he's just going to have to wing it. He's going to have to run away from this one. 0 kills over to Bigatron. Very unfortunate. They are, at last game on Miramar, they went down to the hands of Kanina Power. And now they go down to the hands of Loops and also of Archer Gaming. So really a lot of struggle on their side. As Navi play, it's going to be a lot for them to deal with. As Zuxi taking an own 5v1 versus one player of Archer Gaming. It's going to be Favian, actually. It loads in. Last chance for his team. He lost 3 of his players to the hands of Loops in the early stage. Zuxi is going to be a hull, my friend. He's able to find a knockdown, but unfortunately, that is all he shall find. Zuxi goes down, and Bigatron will get eliminated in the 11th position.
They have those outer walls so that they can at least, you know, pull out, crouch, and peek a little bit without risking too much.
Yeah, especially because if Bliss decide to crash, then because you're playing behind the walls, like grenades could be really dominant for Bigatron, even though they did nerf the grenades like a significant amount. And so I think that here Bigatron, if they do get crashed, they can still pull a trick up their sleeve, but for Bliss here, they're taking a good old time. They're still in circles, so they want to delay it as much as possible. But I think this is a fight that maybe the earlier the better, as Rom actually goes down to Microboy's headshot on the DP28. Rom gonna have a headache tomorrow. That's gonna leave a mark.
DP. The DP is so strong, man. I mean, it's definitely one of the most used weapons in competitive, I gotta say. The DP and the M4, I mean, go hand to hand right there. So, like you said, nades have been nerfed, but I was trying to think about it. Like, when it comes to competitive, I don't know if it affects it too much, because usually when teams start to nade, they don't only toss out one. They toss out at least 3 to 5 nades. So, I mean, you're still going to have all that damage coming out, the output right there. So, I'm curious to see how that plays a factor. BTR pulling off of this. They didn't like their current position because the next zone does go on up.
Oh, yeah, they knew that car was going to explode eventually, and that is indeed going to be the case. A1 not going to be confirming those double knocks for themselves. It's going to be the car confirming those double knocks. And now Bigatron, they're like, okay, we've got to get out eventually. Good use of the utility. The smokes will be coming on through. But they got Dante coming in strong for A1 Esports, trying to get that high ground position upon Bigatron to eliminate this team. Going to be looking for Luxy, trying to get the flush. You does see Microboy. Also, Microboy goes down. It's all in the hands of Zux as left as a one-man team. He gets spotted away, but does go down himself. Bigatron might be able to barely survive the encounter with A1. Oh, that's a stressful spot to be in for Bigatron.
Dude, Dante right there, though, too thirsty. Too thirsty. The thirst meter, just so strong. I mean, they're pushing up and getting third-partied. Like, you got the knocks. Take a second, breathe, assess the situation right there.
But like, they got to think of the future of what's happening next. And here, crossing that road should definitely be their top priority after taking that fight versus the remaining teams.
And I think that's why they're taking the fight, because at least they're grabbing kills before they have to move across the road. So at least they're grabbing extra points. And I agree with how RQ are playing this.
Yeah, I think it's definitely they're trying to make sure that no one's going to backstab them later on in the game. So I think that's a good call. RQ Athena. A lot of smokes and utility coming their way, but it seems like Bigatron are slowly going to be contested, and Loops, they're actually making their way down south as they're trying to make it uphill, but they got not only one team to take care of Imperium, they got two. They got A1 Esports, they got Bigatron. This is maybe a little bit too much for the PMP America's team to actually make it through, but it is Loops we're talking about, so anything is possible for them.
Plus, they do have the circle, so they don't need to move from where they are. BTR are the ones that have been pinched out from this circle shift on the next phase. However, the good thing is that they do have the high ground advantage over the likes of RQ and Power, who are also outside the circle.
Microboy is going to be holding on to the south. I like this 2-2 split of Bigatron. They got 2 players taking care of the south, 2 players taking care of the north, trying to make it even, Steven, in terms of the charge of work they all take. Talked about it, right? It's not going to go up north. There's a slim chance of that happening. It's going towards A1 Esports and also Loops. So you can expect Power and also RQ Athena to take a pretty big fight very soon.
And the thing with Loops, although A1 haven't taken too many fights, but Loops have taken barely any fights, so they should have a lot of utility in their back pockets.
You might want to go check out the POV of Dante Imperium, as he's going to be taking a big one. Great nade onto TTOP. That's not over. No. You got a first grenade. Now you got the second. I'm finding these ones tasty. Gets it down, stops, takes a little bit of tick damage, but unfortunately no flush or extra knocks will come out from that bit of utility. Goes to the knockdown for himself, stops. Such a good position. Like, Dante's just doing so good, and he picks a 1v3. Dante representing A1 Esports in such good style in that fight.
But now they have to take the fight to RQ, rocking their way up the hill. It's a double knockdown from RQ onto Jinner and Sinister. It's going to leave them down to the ground as quickly as they were recovering from the power fight. They got taken out, and we're down to the final 3 teams.
Final 3 teams. Got Bigatron, you got Loops, you got RRQ Athena, you got every team in this one that are fighting to their best capacity. But Zuxi, he's going to go on forward. He's got that grenade, and behind that little mountaintop, might be able to get a strike. That looks like the really good grenade. Unfortunately, not going to be doing too much on the side of RRQ Athena. They will be able to just brush that one off like it was nothing. But the circle is still forcing, unfortunately, RRQ Athena up in the loving arms of Bigatron. They got to push over this mountaintop, and that's when they might get picked up by Loops.
It's not going to be easy for BTR. They have to play those movements very, very finely. Suppression coming out as Zuxi's going to get the double knockdown.
That was clean, my dude. That was awesome. They're leaving Luxy just in the shack to hold a decent position in the circle, which I find is a good idea. Micro Boy, Zuxi, both going to go down, even Ryzen on the forefront in a 1v2 versus RRQ. But D2E puts the nail in the coffin. They're almost halfway gone. As Bigatron, now it's only one player. All is going to be relying on the shoulders, the stonky shoulders of Luxy in this one. As RRQ, can they go? No way they go for the res. They're going to go for double res after a double knockdown with a grenade. That is huge.
That is huge, but I like it. I think it makes sense. They are quite close to the circle. They have 35 seconds. D2E is already kind of basically on the edge. It comes down to the final two teams.
Final two. Bigatron out. Seems